The New York Rangers' former first overall pick, Alexis Lafreniere, has really taken a big step forward in his overall game so far this season, offensively and defensively. I think he's gotten better since last season. That is definitely a very good sign for the former first overall pick, who obviously has not quite lived up to those expectations of being that true first overall pick. The guy who dominated at the World Juniors, won the MVP, helped Canada win gold, had a monster career in the QMJHL. Obviously has been a great player at the junior level, but hasn't quite lived up to that first overall expectations at the NHL level. But still, I think he can still be a great NHL level player. Now, obviously, he might never be and probably will never be that, 100 plus point kind of guy, but he definitely still can be a very good NHL player. Being a 50, 60 point kind of guy, maybe even a point per game type player is definitely a realistic possibility for a guy like Lafreniere going forward. So hopefully we do end up seeing that, but so far this year, he definitely looks a lot better than he did last season as well. And taking a look here at his numbers from this season so far, he has 52 games played, 14 goals, 17 assists, 31 points, and is a -9. So I think overall, is playing some very, very good hockey. And you take a look at the numbers from last season as well. I mean, he had a total of 81 games played, pretty much played the full entire season, and only had 16 goals, 23 assists for 39 points. So already this season, he's 2 goals back of his previous total from last season, and is 6 assists back as well. So 8 total points back. Obviously is right there, only 8 points back already in 52 games played. He has been really great this year, and like I said, it's definitely taken a big step up from last season. Right now, he's kind of on pace for about 49 points, 22 goals, 27 assists, 49 points. So we'll see exactly what happens. I mean, things can definitely change, but right now, that's looking pretty good. He's going to pass his career high total from last season of 39 points in 81 games played, which is definitely a good sign. This is the guy who, like I said, I think can truly be a 40, 50 point kind of guy pretty consistently, but I think definitely has the upside of being that kind of 60, 70, maybe they're on a point per game guy here and there during his career as well. So there definitely is still some more upside with his game. I think he's definitely nowhere near done developing and stuff. He's still a very young player. And I think that's one thing that us Rangers fans can sometimes forget about is the fact that Lafreniere is still only 22 years old. So it's not like he's some 26, 27-year-old guy who's kind of near done his development, is pretty much the player who's going to be and kind of entering his prime. This is a guy who is 22 years old, does not turn 23 until October 11th. So obviously got a long way to go until then. He's 23 at the start of next season. So he's still very young. Yeah, he's not going to be that first overall pick kind of guy, that 100-point plus player, being that super dominant, maybe MVP caliber guy that you would really kind of hoped / thought he could potentially be as that first overall pick. But I do think he can still be a pretty consistently kind of, 50, 60 point kind of guy, something around there, while also being a 70, 80 point kind of guy here and there as well. I think is definitely a very realistic possibility for Alexis Lafreniere going forward. Either way, he's still a solid player and definitely is a top 6 forward going forward. I mean, it's not like he's a bad player by any means. Obviously, he's not a first overall pick caliber player, but he's not a bad player by any means. He's a top 6 NHL forward, and it definitely can contribute on a very good team. I think can be in the top 6 on a Stanley Cup winning squad. I think he's definitely that talented. But taking a look here at some very interesting stats. I mean, so far this season, he has a total of 4 points on the power play, which I think is something to really take a look at. He's got 2 power play goals, 2 power play assists. All the rest are at even strength, which is definitely something to take note of, is the fact that this guy is getting the job done at 5-on-5. We know the Rangers have had quite a bit of issue with scoring at 5-on-5. This is a player who gets nothing on the power play. I mean, throughout his entire career, he has not had a lot on the power play at all. He's had a total of 10 power play points throughout his entire NHL career so far. He's got 268 games played in his entire career, 122 points, and only 10 of those are on the power play. So that definitely says something about Lafreniere's game, is the fact that he's getting everything done at 5-on-5 for the most part. And next up here, taking a look at some interesting Alexis Lafreniere stats. So far this season, he has, in 52 games played, 11 block shots, which is a pretty good number to be at, but 30 takeaways, 15 giveaways, and 2 defensive zone giveaways. I think those are some great numbers to see. Only 2 defensive giveaways compared to 8 last year in 81 games played, I think is a pretty great number to be at. So over halfway through the season already, he's only at 2. You take a look at the giveaways as well. Only 15 total giveaways in 52 games played compared to last year in 81 games played. Having 36 is not a bad number at all. And you take a look at the takeaways, where he has really gone up a whole lot this year, having 30 takeaways in only 52 games played. For a winger, I think that's a pretty great number to be at. I mean, last year, in 81 total games played at 52 this year, he had 32 total last year. And taking a look here at the best forward lines offensively on the New York Rangers with at least 50 minutes played together, we have the best line, Lafreniere, Trocheck, and Panarin, followed up by the second best line there, of course, Lafreniere, Hedl, and Panarin. So start this season, obviously that second line, or 1B line, whatever you want to call it, which is really the best line, had Lafreniere, Hedl, and Panarin on it. Hedl gets hurt. Trocheck moves up to that second line there alongside Lafreniere and Panarin centering that line, and it still was great. I mean, at the start of the season with Hedl centering that line, we had a 3.09 expected goals for per 60 minutes, and then it jumped up to a 3.34 when obviously Trocheck got up there, and obviously there's a much bigger sample size now with Trocheck, Panarin, and Lafreniere than it was Lafreniere, Hedl, and Panarin, but still, that line was great either way. Obviously, it sucked losing Hedl, but clearly that line has gotten even better since that start of the season there. So it is what it is. Obviously, losing Hedl sucked a lot, but Trocheck has been phenomenal, and he and Panarin are a clear reason on why Lafreniere has really looked a whole lot better so far this season. I definitely do think going forward, we will see Lafreniere be a much better player because of the guys around him. I mean, he's playing with some great players. I mean, obviously, the past couple of years, he's had some kind of weaker line mates here and there as well, but now getting consistent top 6 minutes, he is clearly playing a lot better with good line mates as well. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please smash the like button. Don't forget to comment down below your guys' thoughts on Alexis Lafreniere. And also don't forget to subscribe for daily New York Rangers content. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.